Well, the days of coddling America's kids could be over. 3 Republican senators in North Carolina introducing a bill that would ban participation trophies for children in sporting events. It reads in part, quote, awards provided in connection with the activity shall be based on identified performance achievements. But it seems Democrats want to pamper students even more. Check out this newly surfaced clip of Chicago's left-wing mayor-elect talking about abolishing homework and F grades.
To be quite frank with you, I didn't issue a lot of homework for students. That was my own way of sort of rebelling against the structure. I don't think I ever gave a kid an F. I don't know how a student sits in front of you and fails. I know some professors may find that, this is slightly troubling.
So Dana, I think there's a difference between participation trophies and then trophies for winners. Like maybe you can have both for kids.
Well, also, I think I'm for limited government. And I think this is nonsense and ridiculous. You don't actually need to legislate anything. Let parents make this decision, or their schools make the decision, or the teachers, whoever. And also, like, if it's 5-year-olds and you're trying to get everybody to participate in a team sport, I get it. Everybody gets a participation trophy. But I think when we make fun of participation trophies, or actually say there's concern about it, is when there's no room for competition and merit and winning that way, which is what helps drive innovation. And that's where we get into a problem. As for the no homework and the Fs, I mean, look, about 2 months ago, there was a report out of Chicago Public Schools that nobody could read at grade level and nobody could do math at grade level. And America's Newsroom producers called the Chicago Public Schools for a comment about this result. And they said, we are in line with every other major urban school district. Mm-hmm. Like as if that was the defense.
Right. As if it's a good thing.
I mean, I imagine that Chicago Public Schools are not going to do much better under this new mayor who is really tied in with the teachers union.
Yeah, I mean, Geraldo, he's basically bragging about failing his students, meaning he's not giving them Fs, so he's saying that they're succeeding when they're not doing the work.
Well, in their defense, I have to say that generally speaking, a kid getting an F is from a dysfunctional home. They're trying to be remedial. I get the objection to participation trophies, but you want to keep even the marginal kids engaged and motivated. You don't want to, tell them they're going to be failures in life. I understand that. It's always a compromise. He seems, I don't know this guy, the new mayor of Chicago. I wish him well. He's got his hands full. But he's dealing with, the real situation with cities, the cancer. Crime is certainly it, but it's these pockets of poverty and dysfunction where you don't have a mom and dad at home. That's the root of it all. And I don't know. I don't know that giving that kid a participation trophy is a bad thing.
I think that failing kids is actually a good thing. I remember when I was in 8th grade, this was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I had a history teacher. He was the toughest teacher I ever had. I took a test and didn't do the backside of the test because I didn't flip the page over. So I only filled out the front, and guess what? He failed me. So that taught me just on that test, I made it up, probably a B or something. Yeah. But the point is that throughout the next, test, I flipped the page over, and he helped me succeed, Greg, by teaching me a lesson with my own failure.
A lot of people like to say that, they should bring back corporal punishment. I say capital punishment for kids.
Good idea.
Yeah. Don't get rid of the participation trophies, because then what do you give to kids like me? I mean, they used to back then it was called most spirited. Do you remember that? It was like if you didn't land one basket for a 3-day tournament, I got most spirited.
He said land a basket.
sink a basket in the bowl. And, but this is kind of like a mild reversal of Drag Queen Story Hour. It's a performative thing. Yeah. It's like there's why do they? It was like at school, you couldn't find anything else other than Drag Queen Story Hour. No, it was a statement that they're making. Same here. I don't think you're right. I think it's a lousy statement. It's a waste of time. It's obvious that you're kind of. It's a thumb in the eye. As for this mayor, it goes back to the thing that they only see these goals and they don't know how to get there. So they go, you know what? I don't want my students to get Fs. Well, that's a good goal. So his system is, I'm not giving them. No, you actually become a really good teacher and you try to help them. You don't just say, I'm not going to give out Fs. That's not a system. Yeah. That's idiotic, and that's the problem. They've decided, no more detention, right? If there are fights, you can't expel people. So it's like when they eliminate crimes and they say crime is down. Right. So what about this? That's not a system.
Yeah, taking challenges away from kids does not help them necessarily, Jesse.
Yeah, I failed Shakespeare as a junior, and I think that guy is so overrated. He is
Shakespeare? Or you're a teacher?
He is impossible to read, and I'm proud of that F. I was really into trophies as a child. I had a mantle in my room, and I had all my trophies set up with my medals and everything. It was all my friends. It was a big deal. And then one swim meet, I think they gave out a ribbon. I don't know why, but I got 5th place, which I'm still ashamed of, in breaststroke. I'm terrible at breaststroke. And I couldn't even hang it. I tried to hide it behind another ribbon. And then I think I burned it in the backyard in a ceremony.
This is such an intriguing story.
And then it made me a better swimmer.
Yeah.
Not by getting better at breaststroke, but by quitting breaststroke and becoming a backstroker.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. That's the secret.
You just got to switch up your sport.
That's going to be for our best of compilation at the end of the year. I think we're going to just use a little E-block, and then we'll all do a response. You know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should go to your swimming pool where you started the backstroke, do a whole package. We
Like
can have speed swimming, like speed it up.
You're being very spirited about this, Greg. You're doing a great job.
Oh, Greg.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.